Hello, welcome students. Good afternoon. We are Sonoo Sir with a new video of class 6 science subject. And students, we are on chapter 6. And in today's video, we are going to complete this chapter. And the chapter's name is Components of Food. And in that, our today's topic is deficiency, diseases. So as we know, students, diseases which occur due to the lack of nutrition, due to the lack of the nutrients food or foods which are having nutrients. And we have also discussed that many types of nutrients are there: protective nutrients, energy giving nutrients, body building nutrients, and some other nutrients are there. So if there is lack and there is shortage of those nutrients in our body, if we do not take or eat sufficient amount of quantity of those foods or components of those foods, so that means those nutrients are not entering in our body and our body is not observing those nutrients or taking those nutrients. So if there is lack of nutrients, any particular nutrients lack is there, so due to that shortage of that nutrients in our body, deficiency diseases can occur. In today's video, we are going to discuss our table 6.2 deficiency diseases of page number 73. Page number 73. So students, in your course book, page number 73 of table 6.2 deficiency diseases. Students, in this table there is given deficiency diseases name and what are the causes, reasons behind of those deficiency diseases, by which nutrition lack and shortage of by which nutrition these diseases are occurred. This is our today's topic. So students, some deficiency diseases are given and caused due to the deficiency of and symptoms of that disease is given in this table, and by that we can understand that by which nutrients shortage any kind of disease is there and which nutrients is responsible for growth, and by which nutrients lack or shortage or less quantity can occur, can make a man sick or human sick because of that lack of that nutrients, shortage of that nutrients, and what is the appropriate amount is needed in our body. If we are not taking that amount, so that means we would be suffered by these deficiency diseases, and we can understand that by which nutrients lack this disease is there or that disease is there. So in that list, students, if you see your table 6.2 of deficiency diseases, so our first deficiency disease is kwashiorkor, and this disease is there because of lack of proteins. Kwashiorkor. If there is lack of protein in the body, this disease can be happen. And what are the symptoms of these diseases? If we talk about that, symptoms means लक्षण. इस रोग के क्या-क्या लक्षण हैं और किस चीज की कमी से होता है? क्वाशरकोर, प्रोटीन की कमी से होता है. इसके लक्षण, symptoms क्या हैं हम देखेंगे. Occurs in children, leads to stunted growth, discoloration of hair. This disease mainly occurs in children. बच्चों में ये बीमारी ज़्यादातर होती है. And this leads to stunted growth. So this disease can stop the growth, physical growth of children, and the growth has been stunted, and hair becomes discolored, बालों के रंग बदल जाते हैं, पैची स्किन, शुष्क हो जाती है, पैची स्किन, Thinning of legs, legs become thinner, पैर पतले हो जाते हैं. And swollen stomach, पेट सूज जाए, swollen stomach may also affect the functioning of the brain, and sometimes it also affects the functioning of brain. मस्तिष्क के कार्यप्रणाली को भी रोक देता है, दिमाग के काम करने की क्षमता पर भी प्रभाव डालता है अगर हमें शरीर में प्रोटीन की कमी हो जाए. तो ये क्वाशरकोर नाम की डेफिशिएंसी डिसीज हो जाती है. इसके लक्षण हैं कि ये बच्चों में होता है, उनके विकास में रुकावट आती है, शारीरिक विकास में उनका पेट सूज जाता है और उनके कलर जो है बालों के बदल जाते हैं, हल्के हो जाते हैं, डिसकलर हो जाते हैं, पैर पतले हो जाएंगे और दिमाग के फंक्शन पे भी इसका असर होता है. Then students, we move on, and our next deficiency disease is marasmus. Marasmus, M-A-R-A-S-M-U-S. And this occurs due to the lack of proteins and carbohydrates. Two nutrients are responsible for this disease, to this lack of two nutrients, that is proteins and carbohydrates. By the lack of these two nutrients, marasmus deficiency disease occurred. And what is the symptom of this disease? It occurs in children like kwashiorkor, leads to thinning. People, children, become thinner and thin. They lose their weight. So weight loss or that weakness. Children become weak, lose folds of skin. Skin becomes unfolding. That is, झाई पड़ जाना स्किन पे, या स्किन की चमड़ी इस तरह से हो जाना, सिकुड़ जाना. And can be observed in a patient's body. और हम स्किन की जो सिकुड़ है उसको हम शरीर पेशेंट रोगी के शरीर पे महसूस कर सकते हैं. Because if there is lack of protein and carbohydrate, this marasmus deficiency disease occurred, and symptom is as like as kwashiorkor, but in this skin become you can say unfolding, loose folds of skin. And kwashiorkor and marasmus are similar, and symptoms are also similar, and these two diseases are occurred in children. And because of lack of protein and carbohydrate, marasmus is there, and lack of protein, kwashiorkor is there. And now students, our third deficiency disease is night blindness. Night blindness. Night blindness, if we see the Hindi meaning of this, ratondhi. Have you ever seen that in eyes? We have seen about some older age of men and women. We see that their eyes used to become white and whiter. Their retina used to become whiter. सफेद हो जाती है उनकी आँखें पुतली. So that by that in night they used to their sight is not clear there, and does not clear there. That is why in night people used to become as half blind or blind, because in night, in the darkness, they can't see anything. So their retina would not be able to walk in the darkness. So that is why this disease is named as night blindness, and this is happened to the lack of vitamin A. Vitamin A की कमी से ये बीमारी नाइट ब्लाइंडनेस होती है. And what are the symptoms of this disease? Poor vision in dim light. Poor vision in dim light. अगर लाइट कम है, प्रकाश कम है, तो रोशनी पूरी तरह से साफ नहीं होगी, उसे दिखाई नहीं देगा. Poor vision in dim light. If there is darkness and there is dim light, so vision shall not be clear, and patient would be suffered by night blindness due to lack of vitamin A, and the cause of this deficient disease is lack of vitamin A. Now students, we move on. Our next deficiency disease is beriberi, B-E-R-I, beriberi. This deficiency disease caused due to the deficiency of vitamin B1. So lack of vitamin B1 causes beriberi, vitamin B1. What are the symptoms of this disease? Weakening of muscles, altered muscles coordination, and degeneration of nerves. So muscles become weak and weaker, मांसपेशियां कमजोर हो जाती हैं, and all the new generated muscles also become weaker, and nerves getting degenerate. जो हमारे शरीर के मसल्स में, नसों में जो विकास होता है वो रुक जाता है. This progress, this development stops by lack of vitamin B1, and this disease is known as beriberi. So weakening of muscles and degeneration of nerves. So by this our muscles get weak and weaker. Then students, we see next deficiency disease, that is pellagra. So before that I have to dust this space that you can write, you can understand. So students, our next deficiency disease is pellagra, and this occurs due to lack of vitamin B3. And what are the symptoms of this disease? Inflammation of the skin, diarrhea and memory disorder. Inflammation of the skin, चमड़ी का झुलस जाना, and diarrhea. हम जानते हैं पेचिस या दस्त होने लगे, डायरिया. एंड मेमोरी डिसऑर्डर, याददाश्त की भी कमी हो जाती है, मेमोरी डिसऑर्डर, याददाश्त. So very important, vitamin B3 is there. This nutrient vitamin B3 is very important. The lack of vitamin B3 can cause this disease, pellagra. And in this disease, our skin should be inflamed, burned, and can be burned, and our memory can be disordered, and sometimes diarrhea and loose motion. This type of problems occurred by this disease, pellagra. Then students, we move on, and our next deficiency disease is scurvy, and this disease is due to lack of vitamin C. And what is the symptom of this disease? If we talk about scurvy, bleeding gums, internal bleeding and delayed wound healing. So bleeding in our gums, in teeth, and internal bleeding can be occurred in our internal part of our body. Delayed wound healing, that means delayed wound healing. अगर कोई चोट लगी है तो उसमें उसे ठीक होने में और समय लगेगा, विटामिन सी अगर कम है, और उसमें हीलिंग होगी, उसमें रक्तस्राव होगा, खून निकलेगा, ज़्यादा दिन तक वो चीज़ चोट खराब रहेगी या ठीक नहीं होगी। ये भी विटामिन सी की कमी की वजह से होता है। ब्लड में, हमारे गम्स में, हमारे मसूड़ों में ब्लड निकलेगा। इंटरनल ब्लीडिंग, हमारे शरीर में किसी अंदरूनी हिस्से में ब्लीडिंग हो सकती है, रक्त बह सकता है, स्राव हो सकता है। और हम देखते हैं कि हमारी घाव भी देर में ठीक होती है। दिस इज ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ विटामिन सी, लैक ऑफ विटामिन सी, एंड दिस लैक ऑफ विटामिन सी कैन बी फुलफिल्ड बाय some citrus fruit like lemon, orange, and some others. The students, we move on, and our next deficiency disease is rickets. And students, these diseases are very important and very interesting at the same time. You will have to be very conscious on this topic. So rickets, if you see the meaning of rickets, sukha rog. This is, you know that vitamin D, lack of vitamin D. Vitamin D is found with sun and occurs in children. This rickets, sukha rog occurs in children. बच्चों में होता है, occurs in children. And causes softening and weakening of bones. Why this? Our bones become softer and weaker. So lack of vitamin D can make our bones softer, weaker, less strong, or we can say poor or weaker. So rickets with lack of vitamin D, this disease occurs with lack of vitamin D, and this occurs in children mainly. And this does bones become softer, हमारी हड्डियां ज़्यादा नाजुक हो जाएंगी और कमजोर हो जाएंगी। और ये किसकी कमी से होता है? विटामिन डी की कमी से होता है। जिसे हम रिकेट्स कहते हैं, सूखा रोग। और विटामिन डी की कमी सूरज की रोशनी से पूरी होती है, इसलिए सुबह शाम सूरज की रोशनी लीजिए तो ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी। और खासकर बच्चों को ये बात तकलीफ होती है, इसलिए बच्चों को सुबह शाम की रोशनी जरूर लेनी चाहिए। देन स्टूडेंट्स, वी मूव ऑन आवर नेक्स्ट deficiency disease name is osteoporosis. जिसे हम हिंदी में कह सकते हैं दांत कमजोर हो जाना या दांत का क्षय हो जाना, दांत खुद कमजोर होकर गिरने लगे या टूटने लगे, इस बीमारी को हम कहेंगे ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस। एंड दिस occurs due to lack of calcium in our body, which is mineral. And by this, if we talk about the symptoms of this disease, our bone and tooth decay, हमारी हड्डियाँ और दांत सड़ जाते हैं या नष्ट हो जाते हैं या खराब हो जाते हैं because of lack of calcium. Due to the lack of calcium, and osteoporosis is deficiency disease caused due to the lack of calcium, and symptoms are bone and tooth becomes decay or decayed. Then students, in this series, if we talk about another deficiency disease, so the name of the disease in this case is hypocalcemia. As the name is there, this disease is also occurred due to the lack of calcium, which is a mineral. And what are the symptoms? Numbness, abnormal heart rhythm, and muscle cramps. Numbness means बेचैनी होगी। और क्या होगा? एबनॉर्मल हार्ट रिदम, हमारी जो धड़कन है वो असाधारण या असहज हो जाएगी, असहज। There will be hard to so abnormal heart rhythm would be there, हमारी जो हार्ट की रिदम है, जो हार्ट पल्स है, वो एब्नॉर्मल हो जाएगी, या तो बहुत तेज हो जाएगी या तो बहुत धीरे हो जाएगी, और हमें बेचैनी होने लगेगी, हमारे अंदर बेचैनी आने लगेगी, वो भी कैल्शियम की कमी से। दिस इज ऑल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ द लैक ऑफ कैल्शियम। एंड मसल्स क्रैम्प्स, हमारे मांसपेशियों में क्रैम्प्स आ जाता है, मांसपेशियों में दरारें आ जाती हैं, एड़ी फटना या हाथ फटना, ये सब कैल्शियम की कमी से है। नमनेस आ जाती है, बेचैनी आ जाएगी, हमारे धड़कनों की स्थिति बदल जाएगी। Now students, in this list there is another deficiency disease, and this disease is very common in us, and we have seen in television's advertisement, goitre, that means ghinga road. This disease occurs in our throat, and this is happened only because only due to lack of iodine. This iodine is found in iodized salt. And swelling of the thyroid gland present in the neck. जो हमारे गले में थायराइड ग्रंथि होती है, थायराइड ग्लैंड, this becomes this swells, and यहाँ पे सूजन हो जाती है, poor growth in infants and mental retardation. So जिससे बच्चों में उनके शारीरिक विकास में कमी आ जाती है, पुअर ग्रोथ ऑफ इन्फेंट्स एंड मेंटल रिटार्डेशन, शारीरिक और मानसिक दोनों प्रकार की कमी आ जाती है, शारीरिक और मानसिक, फिजिकल एंड मेंटल, बोथ टाइप्स ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स occurred in this case, and this is only because a lack of iodine and goitre. This disease is there, and this is also a deficiency disease due to the lack of iodine. And swelling of the thyroid gland present in the neck, poor growth in infants and mental retardation are symptoms of this disease. Then students, move on, and our next deficiency disease is anemia. If you see the meaning of this, खून की कमी. This disease occurs mainly in women and pregnant women in the time of pregnancy of them. And this is caused due to the lack of iron, लौह तत्व की कमी से ये होता है, and iron hemoglobin is morely founded. So students, it is caused because of less oxygen in the body. If we take less oxygen in body, and lack of iron decreases the hemoglobin level in the blood. So hemoglobin level should be appropriate. hemoglobin का लेवल हमेशा समान मात्रा में रहना चाहिए, लेकिन आयरन की कमी के वजह से decreases the hemoglobin level in the body. तो आयरन जितना ज़्यादा होगा उतना ही hemoglobin शरीर में ज़्यादा होगा, खून के अंदर hemoglobin पाया जाता है स्टूडेंट. hemoglobin is found in blood, and the quantity of iron is responsible for the quantity of hemoglobin in our blood. If in our blood, if there is lack of iron, and iron is found in brinjal, in some sweets and in some other dishes. So if we are not taking sufficient amount and quantity of iron from various foods or components of foods, so then at that time in our body this deficiency disease, anemia can be occur, and what are the symptoms of, symptoms is mainly less oxygen. If we are taking less oxygen, and if we are taking less iron in our body, so it decreases hemoglobin level, and hence reducing the oxygen carrying capacity of blood. So as we know, hemoglobin is and oxygen is hemoglobin and oxygen. If the oxygen enters in our body, that blood is known as oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood. So students, if we inhale proper amount of oxygen, so our blood carrying capacity would be more. So in hemoglobin in our blood would be more. And if we are not taking sufficient amount of iron in our body, so hemoglobin level in our body would be decreases. hemoglobin का जो लेवल है हमारे शरीर में घट जाएगा, और जितना हीमोग्लोबिन रहता है उतना ही हमारा खून मजबूत रहता है और एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पर पहुंचता है। जितना ऑक्सीजन रहता है हमारे खून में वो भी हमारे खून को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पहुंचाने में मदद करता है और हमारे जो सेल्स हैं उन्हें जिंदा रखता है, हमारी कोशिकाओं को हमारे शरीर में जिंदा रखता है और हीमोग्लोबिन की मात्रा मेंटेन करता है। इसलिए ऑक्सीजन और आयरन अगर दोनों अपने शरीर में कम ले पाते हैं किसी कारण से तो एनीमिया नामक बीमारी हमारे शरीर में हो सकती है। Then students, our topic is moved and capacity of blood, low energy levels। तो हमारे शरीर में ऑक्सीजन अगर कम है तो ऑक्सीजन कैरिंग कैपेसिटी घट जाएगी, एनर्जी लेवल घट जाएगा, शरीर पीला पड़ जाता है, पाचन की समस्या आ जाती है, भूख कम हो जाती है अगर शरीर में एनीमिया है, खून की कमी है, एंड रिड्यूस ग्रोथ आर द मेन सिम्टम्स, और शरीर के विकास को भी कम करता है। The students, our deficiency disease, weak teeth and bones. So this is due to phosphorus and weakness in teeth and bones is there. Then dental caries and osteoporosis, दांतों का क्षय होना या दांतों का टूटना, this is also because of the lack of fluorine की कमी से ये होता है, and weak teeth and bones. So weak phosphorus, calcium and fluorine, these three minerals are responsible for teeth and bones, strongness and weakness. And then we see muscle cramps, अपने मांसपेशियों में क्रैम्प्स पड़ जाना, सोडियम की कमी से होता है, Na सोडियम, और इसमें भूख की कमी और भूख कम लगेगा और कमजोरी आएगी, इसके लक्षण हैं। Then low blood pressure is due to lack of chlorine की कमी से होता है, इसमें कमजोरी आ जाती है और क्रैम्प्स पड़ जाते हैं हमारे शरीर में। एंड मसल क्रैम्प्स, इरेगुलर हार्ट बीट, और अगर धड़कनें इरेगुलर हैं, नहीं सही से चल रही हैं दिल की, और मसल क्रैम्प्स से हमारे मांसपेशियों में क्रैम्प्स हो रहा है तो भी मैग्नीशियम की कमी से होता है। किसकी कमी से? मैग्नीशियम, जो कि मिनरल है, दैट इज आल्सो काइंड ऑफ मिनरल, एंड symptoms is muscle cramps. Then students, our last topic is there, we go very fast in this topic, good cooking practices। अगर हम खाना अच्छे से पकाते हैं तो चीज़ें पैलेटेबल हो जाती हैं, स्वादिष्ट हो जाती हैं, डिलीशियस हो जाती हैं। So we eat some food items raw, for example fruits and vegetables used in salads are eaten raw। Most of food items that we eat have to be cooked before eating। Cooking make them palatable and easy to digest। तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें हम कच्ची खाते हैं, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हम पक्की खाते हैं, लेकिन खाना पका के खाने से ज़्यादा स्वादिष्ट हो जाता है, पाचन आसान होता है। Cooking of food should be done in a proper way। Overcooked as well as undercooked food is not healthy for us। अगर खाने को ज़्यादा पका दिया तो भी हमारे स्वास्थ्य के लिए नुकसान है, और कम पकाया तो भी। We must follow the simple tips given below while cooking food। So there are some tips which have to follow, and do not overheat। Do not have to be overheat। हमें खाने को बहुत गर्म नहीं करना चाहिए, और बहुत ज़्यादा उबालना नहीं चाहिए। And deep fry, do not have to do very much deep fry or too much deep fry। ज़्यादा देर जैसे तलना नहीं चाहिए। This destroys the nutrient present food। इससे जो खाने के अंदर पोषक तत्व है वो नष्ट हो जाते हैं। Vitamin C is usually destroyed due to overheating, and if we overheat some food items, vitamin C easily can be destroyed, जल्दी ही नष्ट हो जाएगी विटामिन सी। Do not wash fruits and vegetables after cutting them। सब्जियों और फलों को काटने के बाद उन्हें धुलना नहीं चाहिए, पहले धुल लीजिए। This is because some nutrients get washed away, कुछ nutrients धुल जाएंगे। Do not wash rice and pulses repeatedly as it removes the nutrients from them। दाल और चावल इन्हें बार-बार धुलिए, उससे उनके nutrients कम हो जाते हैं। Okay students, so we have covered this topic today, and there was very relevant topic। We have seen that how these deficiency diseases occur, and what are the reason behind of them, which minerals and which nutrients lacked, and by which these diseases occurred, we have discussed. And we have also discussed that two cooking practices are also needed. But if we overcook the food and undercook the food, both the situations are not better for our health. And we used to eat raw materials and cooked materials both. And in these cases, if we do not overcook and do not undercook the food, that is good for our health. And if we do not wash more time rice and pulses and cut fruits and vegetables, that would be far better and more better for our health. So students, in this video we have covered chapter 6. In next video we will take chapter 7, and by that, and chapter 7 is our topic would be water, very important topic. So today we have completed chapter 6. In this video's homework you have to write summary of these topics and you have to make this table 6.2 in your notebook. I will check when you come to school. Okay students? So read more and more for better results. Till then, we will meet again in next video. Have a nice day. Thank you.